Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Bethany.
And I'm Ken.
And we're getting back to Castlevania Nocturne.
Yeah, we are.
So this is going to be season 2, and it's going to be episode 4 for Monstrous Things.
Good
I know, right?
Oh.
Okay.
Countess Elizabeth Battery.
A vampire.
I've heard you committed many terrible crimes, Countess. The most evil woman in the world. Which makes you perfect.
Perfect host.
How many have they murdered? They would murder me, but I cursed them.
Instead, they lock you in this tower to wither and die.
And super
If
tall.
you're here to kill me, do it now.
She's here to create you.
Here to make you a god. If you prove to be worthy.
Of course I'm worthy.
She's got the confidence.
Sekhmet. Goddess of war.
And who are you?
Your creator.
Am your faithful servant.
Ah, such a crazy dynamic that, you know, I mean... She creates Elizabeth, but then ends up serving her because she's going to be the vessel that brings about God, and oh man. No, thank you. Living tribunal.
Are you alright?
Dude, does she look alright?
Yes.
Don't believe her.
There's a lot of horns.
The English did it over a century ago. Beheaded their king.
Does it happen a lot?
Already, some of them waging war on France. A vampire messiah plans to lead them.
And just this street rabble to resist her? Who won't stand a chance, will they?
No, and that's where we're going. That's where Sekhmet's mummy is. I think.
Are you sure you're alright?
Let's destroy this thing and give Sekhmet a second death.
What the hell? Oh, okay. She's got pretty hair. Ooh. That is a furrowed brow.
Yeah.
I mean, she's like demonic.
That was an interesting transition, starting with the upside down cross.
Do you think God will save you if you pray enough?
No,
Why do you pray then?
I wasn't praying for myself.
Do you still think God moved through you?
I am sorry about your mother, Maria.
No, you're not.
But you will be.
You thought she was only going to kill me. And that was all right too.
I knew your soul would ascend to heaven.
I'm not a good Christian. The revolution, which I support with all my heart, has declared you its bitter enemy. I wasn't bound for heaven anyway.
It's puppy time. Oh, okay. Summon a lot of shit. Evil phoenix birds.
Oh, he did get there.
Yeah. That's not cool. Darkness is gonna overtake. Oh my god.
Oh. Even Fenrir is afraid.
Mm-hmm. Holy shit.
I never wanted to hurt you.
You were gonna kill her. I would say that hurts.
I only wanted to protect the kingdom of God.
I don't think Grandpa Belmont can stop this.
This isn't what your mother wants.
How do you know what my mother wants?
She sent me here to stop you. Because you're good, Maria.
Most of what's bad in the world is because of stupid old men.
Got a point there.
He can't save you now.
Nope, I don't think anyone can.
Oh!
There's that hellfire you always spoke of.
I'm hungry.
Just put the dragon away first.
What happened?
No, her eyes still have some darkness in them.
Cool ass music.
Guess what happens now when the creator is dead? He was the one who's supposed to control him.
Yep. You're free. Eduard is now your leader. Oof. Oh, I don't want to go home. It's dark in there.
I command you.
Fine, but I'm mad about it.
I don't think you're in control of anything.
Cool shot.
Yeah. You got there in time to save it. I was gonna say, if he had to witness her die again, like, he really would have been completely broken. His magic returned.
Take her somewhere safe.
I was just thinking about, like, dropping her off right in the middle of the night creatures.
She should leave them alone, or they'll corrupt her and destroy her. Is that what you want?
Of course she doesn't. I mean, that was just a great scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's clearly not sorry about that.
Nope. Going to alert Batfire, babe. Marcus!
You must be the monk. I'm Juste Belmont.
Is she all right?
She just killed her father.
So no.
Did the devil come?
I don't know if it was the devil. Something came.
Did he face it with courage?
No.
So that's who you are. You do speaker magic, though you didn't when you were fighting my mother.
When Richter regained his magic, he said it was because he had to.
I could have saved myself.
No, you couldn't. Those things you conjure, they're from a place we don't understand. Same place where your father's soul was dragged.
Of course it's not the same place.
They're conjured from despair, Maria.
You're Richter's grandfather, not mine. So maybe you should mind your own business.
Yeah, but he knows a lot about despair and heartbreak and...
You don't have children, do you? Monks? I've never understood that vow of chastity business. Doesn't sound healthy to me.
Yeah, neither have I.
Not having children, though, that makes a lot of sense.
I knew that's where I was going.
It It's a painting by Leonardo da Vinci of a woman he actually couldn't abide. I've never really thought it was one of his best.
Do you need anything?
I need to be left alone.
Looks broken.
So you've made your choice.
I'm too old and too strong to mark easily, Ms. Rack. This will fade.
So will you.
To kill your friends, I thought you'd want to know.
So your friends are gonna die.
If he sees you, he will want to kill you.
He won't be able to kill me any more than his daughter could.
You murdered her. You're a creature without honor.
Yet what stirs your heart is not disgust.
What is it then?
Longing, desire,
Hmm.
love.
He's just ashamed of those feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Get thee behind me, Satan.
What did he say?
I don't know.
Something about behind me?
So we're looking for a corpse.
It's here.
Sarcophagus. Good place to check.
Tell people what you see.
Oh,
Show
so
me.
What?
she's holding it together pretty well.
Many spirits. They've been following us, following me. Show me.
I mean, at this point, I'd be shouting like, "What do you want from me?" So
Mm-hmm.
she's pretty cool about it all.
You tell us.
Because I don't know what they want, or if they're real. Sometimes they seem angry. There are spirits here now who just seem lost. Or is it me that's lost?
Maybe a bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
Could they be trying to tell you something?
There is the coffee.
It stinks.
It's a dead body, dude. Of course it stinks.
It's Sekhmet.
I could burn it.
What you do now is give her to me. You killed me. Now it's my turn.
Good luck. Mm-hmm. Man, they're tough.
Alright, we just keep coming.
Careful, cut off one of its heads. There you go. No. Bad move.
We don't know that it's a Hydra.
Okay. I just assumed.
I mean, fair assumption. Come on, Alucard.
Ooh. Okay. Damn.
Her hair is indestructible? Why would she leave? Where's the body?
Exactly. Damn, she got the best of Alucard.
Alucard couldn't catch her. We failed.
Annette?
Fuck!
I don't understand. Don't understand. What do you want me to do?
Oh, she is freaking out.
What do you want me to do?
That scene with Maria from the start where like her hair is like shimmering or whatever and she like comes down and lands and like all the way up into where Grandpa Belmont gets the beast back and like they send him back to hell or whatever. That whole scene, like the music and everything, best for me, that was the best scene in the entire series, and like maybe even like it's up there for one of the best scenes like in all of Castlevania for me. Like that was just so the I mean, when she were like her eyes were going black and everything like that, and like just like the music coming in, like to the flame coming down on the abbot and thinking that she is not then gonna die. I thought for sure she was dead. I'm like oh my gosh. If it was any other show, I might have thought that she like there's no way she was gonna die. But I'm just like, oh no, Castlevania can go dark places. Like she is dead. And so kept me on the edge of my seat. And yeah, it was I thought it was beautiful.
I love the way that they played with sort of like the symbolism and the imagery in that scene. Like as we pan into the church and it's the upside down cross that rotates upright to see the priest kneeling in front of it, to then when he stands and turns to confront Maria, the shadow of the cross is an upside down cross from his feet towards the altar. You know, and then of course for him to die by basically hellfire via a dragon.
Yeah.
I just loved all of the imagery in there, as if we needed reminding that this is not a holy man, this is not a good man, but like they just beautifully wove into the images those reminders of him being not of the light side, shall we say.
Yeah.
So I thought that was fantastic. And I really loved what they did with Maria and Grandpa Belmont, like the whole thing in that dynamic, in that scene, him coming in to save her, but she's so obviously in the, like, we call it with the dog sometimes like seeing red, when, you know, like you are just so angry and so lost in your emotion that you can't see reason or logic. You cannot, you can't be talked off the ledge in that moment because you're too far in it. And Grandpa Belmont, like he made some inroads, like her eyes started to lighten just a little bit, but then she doubled down and that was that. And, you know, it's those moments when we're acting that way that like we want the people in our lives to be able to like rein us in before we do something we regret. And I don't know how Maria is going to handle this, but I think it's safe to say that, you know, curling up on a bed of straw, I don't think she's celebrating right now.
Yeah. And I had a thought, and another crazy theory come up during that point, like where like she just had tapped into such darkness and evil, and like even at the end there when you're like, oh, is that Dracula, like the devil himself? Like who is that came up?
And then did like a Joker smile too. I don't know.
Yeah. And I thought, what if, you know, in the end of this, actually it's Maria who's the ultimate vessel for Sekhmet. And it's not Elizabeth. So that was another thought. 'Cause I'm just like, man, she can just tap into darkness. That Just was even talking about how, like, you know, what she was able to access, and like the realm that she was able to go into, like they don't really know that much about, and like that's not a common ability really to be able to do, and like to have that level of despair to be able to go to that like dark place. Yeah, so that's the only reason I thought. I mean, like, it's probably not going to happen, but that was just another crazy theory that I had.
Well, I was wondering with Annette's reaction to all that, that smile that she had at the end of that scene,
yeah,
really struck me as odd. So far with her as a vampire, she has seemingly controlled her urges, and she has put her love of Maria first in every way that she can. Like, she's not off serving Elizabeth right now. She's spending all her time with Maria. I don't know how that's going to play out for her ultimately, but they've given us every reason to believe that her maternal love is still there and her intentions are pure. But to what Just said to her, he's like, what she's able to conjure, what she's able to access, it will corrupt her. He basically said, like, why would you want that for her? And then she walks into the church, she sees the ashes of the priest, and she smiles. And look, I'm no fan of the priest. I am not sorry he died. I get it. But for the mom to smile at the fact that her daughter murdered her father just struck me as really cold and a very odd reaction. And it was her mom who was like in the forest with her where they were conjuring these things, sort of like seeming to encourage this. So it did make me wonder, what's Annette playing at? Because I'm now not so certain about her intentions.
Not Annette.
Not Annette. I keep wanting to call her Annette.
Tara.
Yes. For some reason in my brain,
yeah,
she looks like an Annette, and I just keep wanting to call. Anyway, yes, Tara.
Well, when that happened, and I said, I'm like, oh, of course that's not what she wants. But then the smile and everything, that kind of reinforced my theory of Maria being the actual like vessel, that, or at least maybe a potential vessel for Sekhmet. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what Annette is. Or
and that making you do it. Sorry.
Maybe that's what Tara was playing at. It's just like, okay, Elizabeth's so powerful, and you know, kind of how Maria said at the end there, she's like, the world's been made terrible by men in power, or
old men in power,
like, or whatever. Like, I don't know exactly what she said, but like that line, it's like, okay, well, maybe Tara's been like kind of jaded as well. And it's like, okay, well, the only way to bring down Elizabeth is like to become more powerful and become like basically the villain. And so better that Maria has that sort of power of a god than Elizabeth, because she'll wield it responsibly. Like that's how that I think this has started her Tara's villain path. Because we think that she wants what's best for her daughter. I still think she does, but like the way in which she thinks that maybe that is possible maybe has been corrupted by the fact that she's now a vampire.
Well, maybe that's also what they were hinting at with all the upside down crosses. Like the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Because we already knew the priest was bad. Yeah. So like the symbolism might not have been for how evil the priest was, but rather this is a turning point.
Yeah. I mean, cool, because isn't the upside down cross like basically for the Antichrist? I think the Antichrist usually, like, I'm just thinking of Damien movies or whatever. I think it was like usually like a child, so like I don't know, it just makes me think of Maria. So could be. My crazy theory might not be so crazy.
It was tough seeing Alucard get bested.
Yeah.
Did not enjoy that. And like he struck her with the sword, right? So is she just impenetrable now? Because that's gonna make that really tough to kill then.
That was unexpected. When he brought it down, like I thought he was waiting too long to strike, and then she would like, I don't know, block him somehow. And maybe that is what happened. Cause like, I'm like, no, you're not going to get her the same way you did before. Like she's ready for that.
Yeah.
No, it's gotta be something different. Underestimated Drolta. She was very powerful herself, and she was, she didn't kill Alucard, but she got the better of him.
I'll also be curious to see what they ultimately do with Sekhmet's body. Like, I hope that it's something very elaborate, because they had time standing over that coffin debating about what they should do, where like, I don't know, I feel like if I were in the room, I would have just grabbed Alucard's sword and be like, let's try this. Like, I don't know the best way to kill a god's mummy, but let's start trying some things and see what we can do, rather than waiting for the bad guys to jump on us and, miss the corpse entirely.
Also, I'm kind of over the whole Ulrach's Marcus love thing. Like, it's not that like I dislike it so much. I'm just like, it's just that's all Ulrach's is right now, is like Marcus's like protector. And in case this is the first time you're watching it, like we call him Marcus. I know it's not his name. I know it begins with an M. Mizrak or whatever. Misrax. Ulrach's was such a cool character, especially the intro and everything like that. And I just feel like he's been sidelined a little bit too much in this, and like just made as, I don't know, someone that's just looking for the love of his life again. Like, I don't know. It's just something where I'm like, oh, okay, they need to do a little bit more. Like, you can have that in there, that's fine, but I need more from Ulrach's.
Yeah, I just think the love story is not enough of a focus for it to be enough meat for us.
Yeah.
In this,
especially with such like a short season, like only 8 episodes. Like, you give me a 22 episode season, okay, you sprinkle some stuff in there like that.
Well, and the thing is too with Marcus right now, he's like ashamed of it. So forgive the expression, but he's kind of like pussyfooting around whether or not he's in this relationship. And I don't know, but if I were a mummy who'd been around for centuries, I think at this point I'd probably lose my patience for the pussyfooting around and be like, dude, are you in or out?
You just call Ulrich a mummy?
Did I call him a mummy?
You call him a mummy instead of a vampire.
I meant a vampire. Yeah. You knew what I meant. But I feel like, come on, dude, are you in or out? Let's, this is kind of silly, and like, they haven't given us enough reason as to why Ulrach is so in love with Marcus for us to be like, oh, isn't this wonderful? Like, he's in it to the end. He's in it no matter what. Like, why? Marcus doesn't know who the hell he is. He doesn't know what the hell he wants at this point. Like, he's lost. And I have sympathy for that. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, that's his journey. But I don't understand why it has to be Ulrach's too. Like, Ulrach seems too cool for that. Like, if Marcus was all in and they were going to be like the Romeo and Juliet of human and vampire love, fine. Like, give me some meat and some reason for this to be so important. But right now for Ulrach, it feels like the dude is rebuffing you. Like, he doesn't, to be frank at this point, Ulrach, I think you have bigger fish to fry. Like, you have bigger things to worry about than somebody who's giving you an unrequited love story.
Yeah.
And I think at this point in your life, of like many centuries, I don't think like unrequited love has the appeal at that point in your life. Like there comes a point in your life where you're just like, hey, if somebody's not into me, I'll move on. I don't need to like be over here simping for them. Like I'll move on. We didn't get all our answers for Annette, actual Annette.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the right person this time. In terms of like the ancestors and whatnot. But she did have the breakdown moment that I said I would have had, which is the like, what do you want?
Yep, pretty much. Thanks for watching our reaction and our discussion on this and for supporting the channel. If you want to further support the channel, you can go ahead and join our YouTube membership and you'll get early access that way a month ahead. Hit the little join button down below. You can also get full watch-along reactions and early ad-free access over on Patreon. Links in the description of the video.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching Castlevania Nocturne with us, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.